Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much for giving us your time, Hannah. What did you make of Trump's comments there? He's still, he says, unsure whether Ukraine wants peace.
So no one can serve two masters. It's written in the Bible. So actually Trump, from the mediator position, as he told during the press conference in Oval Cabinet just a week ago, he is moving to support actually Russia. Because by depriving Ukraine with our right to defend our nation from the aggressor state, by cutting off intelligence sharing, also weapon supply, tell me, which side is now United States took? Of course, I cannot imagine that Putin will be ready to negotiate when he is seeing America is weak. No demands to Russia, like to stop attacking Ukraine, sending missiles, ballistic cruise missiles, kamikaze drones, like Russian genocidal war. It's already 11 years. Even during the first Trump presidency, remember, Russia violated Minsk agreement ceasefire. So now talking about sanctions, no, this approach is not going to work.
Do you think that Trump and his administration are responsible for those? I think now we've been told that it's a minimum of 20, at least 20 people lost their lives and dozens injured. Do you think that that's a direct result of the pause in sharing intelligence?
So actually, Russia is acting with impunity. So why Russia is doing this? Because they see America pressing Ukraine, not increasing stakes by toughening sanctions, by sending us more weapons.
Well, so President Trump has said that he is considering sanctions on Russia. He has put that on record.
This should be as a pre-negotiation stage. Russia should demonstrate that they are ready for peace negotiations. So, of course, now Trump is responsible for war crimes, atrocity that Russia is doing against us, because he is, by depriving Ukraine, he is helping Russia to have this advantage, killing Ukrainians. So it's a moral issue. I understand that for Trump, he doesn't care, but it's about American society, which for all these years supported Ukrainians' fight for freedom.
Why do you think he insists, Donald Trump, and I know it's very difficult to try and figure out what's in Donald Trump's mind, but he keeps saying, I don't know if Ukraine are ready for peace. And yet, since that meeting in the Oval Office, Vladimir Zelensky has done nothing but encourage closer cooperation with the US, saying they're ready to sign the minerals deal, saying that all they're looking for is peace, is going to Saudi Arabia to meet with the US officials. Why do you think President Trump is insisting that Ukraine might not be ready for peace?
So, because in Trump imagination, peace means capitulation of Ukraine, capitulation of Europe. And this is what Ukrainians are not going to accept. We will never surrender, because it's about freedom for centuries. Russia, Moscow, Soviet Union, and current Russian Federation, they wanted to obliterate the whole Ukrainian nation, our state. So this is why, for us, this is the fight for the future. And Trump wants a deal. But this deal is destroying the credibility of United States as a superpower. Look what's happening even with the American industry, defense industry. And now people in Europe think how to manufacture more weapons inside, within European Union and Europe. So America is also losing their partners in Indo-Pacific region. I returned from Taiwan and I saw the eyes of officials. Observing how Trump behaved with Ukraine, they understand that they are next. So it's about destroying international rules-based order. So we have to be prepared that access of evil states, tyrannies, China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, seeing how Trump make a deal, how he wants to settle, they understand that they could start attacking sovereign states tomorrow and no one will punish them. So it's about our common future, and European security is at stake. This is why Ukraine demands security guarantees, because we give up the third largest nuclear arsenal. We supported United States many times in Afghanistan and other during many missions. So Ukraine is a reliable partner, what we are not seeing from Trump administration so far.
Hanna, it seems to be coming down to a battle of wills. The mineral deal looks to be signed, but from what we've understood, those guarantees, well, Donald Trump has yet to give those guarantees. J.D. Vance hinted at saying that the minerals deal should be enough guarantees. The fact that you're going to have American corporations on the ground in Ukraine should be enough of a guarantee. The idea being that the US is not going to let any harm come to their contractors on the ground. We've also heard from the Russian side that they will not accept a coalition of the willing, as Keir Starmer has named them, any British or French forces as peacekeepers in Ukraine. And of course, added to that, there is one of the first things we heard from Donald Trump is this idea that Ukraine will give up that 19, almost 20% of their territory that is under Russian occupation at the moment. Is there room for a deal, in your view? Is there room for a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine with all those stipulations coming from all those parties?
So Russia cannot be trusted. Remember 2008, aggression against Georgia, when Russia violated ceasefire agreement. Then 2014, when Russia invaded Ukraine from illegal annexation of Crimea, also Russia violated Minsk I, Minsk II. Then Syria, when Russia supported the Assad regime with atrocities and war crimes. And now, for last 3 years of full-scale war, a genocidal war against Ukrainians, why Russia never demonstrated, like by stopping attacking Ukrainians daily? They are terrorizing civilians, trying to destroy critical energy infrastructure. Putin wants to win the war. He wants American Western defeat in Ukraine. And Trump, instead of seizing the momentum when Russian economy is very weak, this is main reason why Putin wants to use so-called negotiations just to weaken sanctions. And American Chamber of Commerce representatives already meeting with Russian businessmen, talking about weakening sanctions. It seems like the reset between US and Russia already happened. And they discussed a big package of issues. And Ukraine is a tiny one, but due to our principal position, because we are not defending just our dignity, our territory, our freedom. We are also a security contributor to the whole Europe, because 11 years ago, when Russia acted alone, now it's Russia with North Korean troops, Asian troops in European theater. It's China supplying Russia with components, everything. De-sovereignization of Belarus happened. So what should we do to see how Russia will invade NATO countries in eastern flank of NATO?
Hanna, thank you so much for giving us your time.